Back. I know this is an impromptu podcast of my turn, my truth. Because when it's your turn, you do what?
Tell your truth.
That's right. Right now, you're looking at the Rice Man. Who else we have in the building?
Mata.
It's Ken.
Big Will.
And Big Will. We got a Big Will is our new guest today. He's equally as well. We'll have a good conversation today. How about that? How about that today? I saw the Sonya Massey. At first I was looking and I saw, the post. But when I saw the video, it angered me to such a degree that I couldn't even function. And I'm thinking, guys, this is somebody's mom or a sister or a niece or a wife or a girlfriend or a daughter or something. Like, what possessed what man, it is that bad. It is that bad. So I wanted to come in and I want to show the video again, and I want to chop it up a little bit about it. I want to talk about it and see what your thoughts are on what transpired, and see what comes of it. That's good, babe?
Sounds good. Let's go.
All right. So we're going to jump right into the video for those that have not seen it. We're going to go ahead and show it here.
And before we show it, we want to just go ahead and put a warning out on what you are possibly finna get ready to see if you haven't already seen it. It's footage from the police cam. So
right, and it is graphic and content, so parental guidance is required. If you have someone young in the room, maybe there's going to be strong language. You may not want to allow them to view it. All right, so here we go.
Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there any damage previous to your car?
Previous, yeah, it was.
Okay, what was the damage?
A dent, I believe.
Well, what about windows?
Oh, it was something that happened earlier.
Okay, perfect. What is your last name? Shouldn't have to think about your last name. Okay. You're not in trouble. I just need to text.
Massey.
Huh?
Massey.
You have an ID? That'd make things so much easier. I just need just driver's license will do, and I'll get out of your hair.
I want to show y'all my paperwork.
I will get your paperwork.
What paperwork?
Okay. I got some paperwork.
Well, just get your ID real quick.
Well, let's get your ID first, and then...
One task at a time here.
Okay, let me...
Here, grab your ID for me.
Okay.
Your ID. One task at a time. So let's do an ID, and then you can dig around for your paperwork.
I don't know where my ID is.
You just in that stack right there, maybe?
Okay. 1 second. I got some paperwork. Can you grab that Bible, please?
Yeah. Hey, I just need your name so we can get out of here. Was there... Check on her.
Let me do this.
No, we don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay. Let me see. Okay. Where you going?
Huh?
Where you going?
Away from your hot steaming water.
Away from my hot steaming water?
Yeah.
Oh, I would rebuke you in the name of Jesus.
Huh?
Rebuke you in the name of
You better fucking not. I swear to God, I'll fucking shoot you right in your fucking face.
Alright. Okay, I'm sorry.
Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot! Drop the fucking pot!
19 shots fired.
Shots fired! Shots fired! Drop the fucking pot! Bring EMS now. We got a headshot wound to the female. Headshot wound to the female. 1078. Fuck.
I was on. I'm gonna go get my kit.
Now if you headshot, bitch, you're actually done. Check on her.
Let me do this.
I'm going to go to the last thing.
We don't need a fire while we're here.
Right. Okay.
You can go get it, but that's a headshot. God damn it.
God, fuck.
Dude, I'm not taking fucking boiling water in the fucking head. Hey, look, it fucking came right to our feet, too. God damn it.
Fuck. God damn it.
You good?
I'm good. You good?
Yeah, I'm good. What's her got? Let her fucking just...
God.
There's nothing we can do, man.
Fuck.
You good? Alright. Fuck. Well, I mean, what else do we do? I'm not taking hot boiling water to the fucking face, and it already reached us.
Fuck. They got a 52 en route?
Yeah, 1078. You can go get it, but that's...
Okay, let's go back here. Where's my wife? Okay, guys. This is as disturbing as it possibly can be. I'm gonna let you go ahead and jump right in and say what's on your mind.
Okay, I have several things that I've heard in the video that I'm already upset about because, for one, words. Y'all always want to talk about use your words. What words did she use to make you pull out your freaking gun?
Right.
Now, and then on the last clip, I wanted to say in the second clip, he was like, "It's nothing we can do about it. The lady is dead." But before he said lady, it was a pause. And I almost wanted to say that he wanted to say the nigger. And I'm using the hard ER word because this is a freaking racist situation. He wanted to say the nigger is dead, but he's like, the lady is dead. That's the problem. I'm gonna need y'all to check all this out for the authorities. I'm gonna need y'all to do your freaking job on this one and all the other ones, because I'm tired of seeing my brown brothers and sisters getting freaking murdered, because that's what this is, for no freaking reason. All the lady said was, "Can you pass me my Bible?" He said something. He initiated the conversation about the freaking pot. He initiated that. And when she said, "Well, what do you think I'm gonna do? It's hot water."
Yeah.
And then he was like, "I don't want. I mean, hot water. You throw hot water on me or whatever," he said. And then she just was rebuking what he said. Any common person would know that that's like, I'm not that type of person. I'm not going to do that. I rebuke that in the name of Jesus. I'm not going to throw no hot water on you. And you get upset and shoot somebody in the head because of those words.
Right. And
those words.
I took it slightly different on that. Slightly. She didn't say rebuke that in the name of Jesus. She said, you. I rebuke you.
That's what I said, rebuke you.
No, you said that. But I'm just for a moment of clarity.
Yeah.
This man obviously had a demon.
He did.
And she saw it. And I really feel like the way she was looking at him, and when she said, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," when she said it that second time, "I rebuke you in the name of Jesus," and he said, what did he say?
You better effing not. I'll shoot you in your effing face.
You better not rebuke me, because he couldn't have been talking about you better not throw water on me, boiling water, because she didn't have the water in a throwing position or any way that she was. Nothing indicated that she was ready to throw water on this guy.
It don't have to be indicated. Then
she said, "Oh, I'm sorry," and she got down in a very submissive position. Yep. To say, "Hey, like, I am surrendering. I'm down. Like, you got a gun on me now. I'm not probably gonna stop. I'm gonna probably like shrink under this as well."
Right.
And then he proceeds to shoot her just like he said he was gonna do. "I'm gonna shoot you in the effing face."
And he shot her in the effing face. He proceeded
to do just that.
And then, and I wasn't finished too, but then I wanted to go to like the last clip when he was like, "Freak." Of course, he used the words I'm not using. "Freak. What do you want me to do? What I mean, she's done. It's nothing you can do now. And I'm not going to get no hot water thrown in my face." First of all, as Marna said, the lady ain't never at one point even initiated to put hot water on you. So now is the excuses. You already now trying to start excusing it. Y'all better handle this one right. You better handle this one right. With the pulse of this country, with the racism that this country is founded and built on, you better handle this one right, because there's no reason for this young lady to have to lose her life, her family to lose their daughter, their cousin, their sister, their friend. Even me as a stranger don't even know this woman. That could have been my daughter. That could have been my cousin. That could have been my auntie. Right. That could have been my mama. And that's the reason why we all band together in situations like this, because it only happened to us. And it's excused when it happens to us. Handle it correctly.
I think he was already mad from the paperwork. She couldn't find her ID. He was already upset. So he was looking for something. He was itching. oh, go turn the water off. She wouldn't even buy the water. So you can't say that this lady was ready to throw water on you. She was sitting on her couch.
Right,
you told her to go to the stove.
You
Like,
sent her
ain't
to
no way.
We don't want to start a fire in
There's
here.
no way. Like, man, you wanted, that was your excuse in your head. You had planned this in your head, and your excuse was going to be that she had boiling water in her hand. She was going to throw it on me.
That you sent her to go
right.
get.
And that was your excuse. That's why I reacted the way that I did, because she had boiling water and I feared for my life that she was going to throw it on me. I have a question. Why didn't you tase her? You have a taser. You have pepper spray. Any of that would have made her drop that pot.
I have a question. Why didn't you just leave her house? She invited you in. She invited you there because she felt like she was in danger. No one called you to go to her apartment. If you felt like you was such in danger, big, strong police officer with a gun that's now having to defend yourself against a armless woman, why didn't you leave?
Good question.
It's too many fatal mistakes that cannot be corrected to the point of the life can come back. You make fatal mistakes. And when you make those kind of mistakes, it is just, you ruin so many lives, not even just the life of the person that's no longer here, but also the lives that are connected to them.
Also, you know what's crazy is that this is not shocking to anyone that a white man killed a black woman, a white police officer killed a black person. That's not shocking. And that's the crazy part, that nobody is shocked.
Indeed. That is that. And we know this happened. It's almost like, here they go again.
Exactly.
You know, and that's unfortunate. That's depressing to even think like that.
It's tiresome. It's tiresome to know that you cannot comfortably call for help without being killed yourself. And then you have Vice President VD, what is his name?
Vance.
Whatever his name is.
He's the Republican nominee.
Vice President nominee. Let me get my words correct. You have him making fun of, they just say everything is racist. If I drink a Diet Mountain Dew, they're going to say that's racist too.
That remark is racist.
Okay, so we call out racism because we are the ones that racism is against. We can see it. I'm sorry that your privilege have shielded you from that all your life. But the ones of us who have not been shielded from it, we see it, we smell it from a mile away and even farther. So my thing is to say something as petty and as simple as, if we get a Mountain Dew, they'll say that's racist too. Answer me this. Is this racist?
But the thing is, it only happens to us because every time somebody disagrees with anything that's Jewish, it's anti-Semitic. Mm-hmm. And then it has to be rebuked. Mm-hmm. It has to be
as
denounced.
A hate crime.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
A crime against black people, not a hate crime.
Exactly. So everything is dismissed when it happens to us. But when it happens to other people of color, whether it be Asian or even Jewish or even the Indian or Pakistani, the Middle Eastern, mm-hmm. even they get more grace than we do.
Right. But why is that? I know.
I can answer that.
Me too.
And I'm answering it for y'all to answer it, and just for thought provoking for us that are the minorities and for our allies, because all white people are not racist.
No,
they're not.
Correct.
And I have diverse friends.
Right.
So it's not that, but when we get to this level of frustration, this level of compassion, and y'all might want to say that it's angry or we going overboard or whatever the case may be. No, it's because we are constantly living it. We constantly have to, tell our children and our friends, and we have to just be so careful in everything that we do. And it's tiresome. It is very tiresome. Mm-hmm. But I would know. Why is that? Why is that?
They fear us.
Right.
We are the most feared class of people on this planet. Because if you think about it, they want to look like us, talk like us, walk like us, wear the clothes we wear, listen to the music that we create, everything. All cultures, it seems like they want our culture, but they don't want us.
Right. And I will say this. So we don't lean so far on the days, because I know a lot of people wondering who the days are. We're talking about just racist
Absolutely.
people,
Correct.
not white people, not Republicans, not Democrats. Just racist people, because they're
Yes.
racist people of all races,
Yes.
Absolutely.
of course. So
Those are the days. Yes.
that's right.
Yes.
So, and they kind of what they've tried to articulate is why a crime against us is not a hate crime, because they consider us as one of them. They're from here. They're black people. They're Americans. Americans can't do hate crimes on itself. It needs to be this is what I don't buy into this, okay? But they're saying that Asians, Jewish people, they're not here. People from these other places, they saying that black people, we're one of us, and we can't hate crime against ourselves.
And back to that, they love to say when it's convenient for them,
Right.
we're one of them. But then y'all, the next 2 seconds, want to turn around and say, if y'all don't like it in this country, go back to Africa. Go back to where you came from.
Here, though.
But I'm from here. I'm one of you.
But we want to.
Right.
When it's convenient for you, that's what you use.
Right.
I think it's all a bunch of baloney.
Look, I just don't want to venture too far away from what actually happened to Sonya and Massey, because we're going off another tangent. Go ahead, Morgan.
We can tie back.
Can I say to that? This man looked so calm in this situation that and comfortable that it almost seems like he's done it before.
Because he has.
It almost seems like he's done it before. Like, he looks back to his partner. Are you all right? Like,
yeah, I did.
Nobody asked him, was he all right? Like, you're the one who just got threatened to get thrown hot water on. Like, you would think that he would be in a state of, oh my gosh.
But the lady never said that she was going to throw hot water on him. The lady never initiated to throw, or even acted like in any type of form that she was going to throw hot water on him. That's what he said.
Right.
Absolutely. And that's why I said that was his excuse. That was what he was itching to do. That's why he sent her over there.
And I know Big Will biting his lip over there, ready to say some things, but I got one thing I do want to say about the whole video. His vest cam wasn't on.
Ding, ding, ding.
The
At
shooter,
no time.
The shooter's vest cam wasn't on. His partner's, and I don't think he knew it. His partner had to tell him,
right,
I'm on.
Yeah.
Like, I'm capturing this, and I don't think that's what he wanted.
No, he wanted.
And that's where that
Yes, he did not want that, because
that's where that came from, because they was going to pull that footage.
So if you look carefully, when he got ready to say, I'm going to shoot you in the effing face, now he starts to yell, put the pot down, at the top of his voice. And that was for the neighbors. That was for the, if neither one of our Kims are on, the neighbors will hear me yelling at her, telling her to put the pot down. And
which was not in her hand.
She was not compliant.
And they would actually go to court and be telling the truth. I was listening, and all I heard was put the pot down, put the pot down.
It seemed as if she wasn't compliant.
If you heard it, you would think that he was justified. But his partner had the vest on, and that blew that. It completely blew that.
But what jury of people will actually think that a pot of water, boiling or not, was a deadly threat?
Racists.
No.
That's a Bible question.
That's a good question, and then I'm gonna answer it truthfully. But because if it's boiling hot water, it can do a whole bunch of damage.
I said deadly.
You said deadly, I know, but it can do a whole bunch of damage. It still wouldn't be justifiable of what he did.
Exactly. So you must use less than lethal force.
A taser.
Exactly.
Pepper spray.
Taser, pepper spray, baton.
Would have made her drop that hot.
Or disengage, like Morgan said earlier. Just leave. They could have disengaged. They were closer to the door.
Yeah.
Right.
They could have just disengaged. Okay, ma'am. Okay, we cleared the house. We cleared the yard. No one's here. You're good to go.
Have a good night.
Have a good night. And if you need anything else, call 911 again. We'll be right back. and they should have left.
Right. And what I've researched is, and this may not be true. So law enforcement officers, if you're out there, please chime in. I was told that you use your taser when they don't have a weapon.
That is correct.
So he will justify. I didn't go for my taser in this case because I identified the pot of boiling water as a weapon.
Yeah.
So I use lethal when they if you see a weapon in their hands, that's when you go for a lethal.
Okay, well then my thing will be this: then our skin is a weapon, because that every single day, no matter what we do, you're gonna try to have to justify it with the pot, or justify it with the comb, or justify it with the bag of Skittles, or justify it with whatever you thought that was the weapon, but the weapon is really our skin color.
Yeah, the only things that are actually considered deadly weapons are knives and firearms. Those you actually pull your firearm out for if someone has that drawn on you, a knife or a firearm. If neither one of those are drawn, taser. Spray.
Right. Well, see, what I read did not include that language. I mean, and that probably is 100% correct, Bernard. So, but they include a shard of glass. If you break a window, you get a piece of glass.
That's considered a knife.
And there are all sorts of things that a blunt object
can cause
an iron or a baseball bat, whatever they consider to be a weapon that could, because you can kill somebody with a baseball damage. Blunt damage, whatever it is, they consider that. This guy was going to kill her. He
Absolutely.
said cops are, and I read this as well, cops are supposed to shoot at the largest part of the body, which is the chest cavity, the torso. He said, I will shoot you in your effing face, and he completed that's not even where you're supposed to shoot. That's the smallest part of the body.
Right.
He just
execution style.
He did what he said he was going to do. He made a promise, and he did it, and he shot her in the head, in the face, and she died. This guy was going to kill someone tonight, and I do feel like that I rebuke you in the name of Jesus woke a demon up in this man.
I believe it.
Absolutely.
She had a spiritual gift. She recognized it in him.
Her first thing to both of them said, "Don't hurt me."
Right.
Before they came into
when they went to the door, at the door,
she said, "Don't hurt me. We're not here to hurt you. We're here to help you."
That portion, that comment right there probably already irritated the demon when she said because that's a point of calling it out.
Yep.
And then she asked him to touch the Bible.
Yep. That
was the third. The second thing, and then that I rebuke you in the name of Jesus was the third thing.
And then hold on, and what is it that we put on people to bless them with? What do we bless people with? Or there it is. That demon probably thought that water had been blessed, and he was scared of that water.
Man, well, this guy, I mean,
is a murderer. He's a murderer.
Yes. I mean, then after he shot her in the head, shot 3 shots. She's down. He continues to yell at the top of his voice, Put the pot down. This lady is leaking from a head wound, completely dead. It was instantaneous. And he's yelling, put the pot down. He's looking at his partner saying, look, it's already reached our feet. It's already breached our feet. You shot her in the head and she dropped a pot of boiling water. Of course he's going to be on the floor, and of course he's going to roll over to your feet.
And you walked over there.
You know this. Like you knew why the water was on the floor. You put it there by a headshot to this woman that meant you no harm. Mm-hmm. That's why there was water on the floor. Then he proceeds to ask his partner, man, what else could we have done? Like Bernard said, like Morgan said, like
now you're trying to get the buy-in.
Right.
Yeah, of course.
Now you're trying to get the partner buy-in.
Because now you know he got it on his vest. Mm-hmm. He got the camera on.
I got it.
Now he wants to know what else could we have done? Take a couple of back steps.
So you didn't get hit with the water.
You notice his partner never answered that question either. He never said we could have done anything else. He never said anything. What he did do, he tried to render aid, even though she was down with a headshot. And that's why he said
she's done.
He said, oh, it's a headshot. She's done. Well, you can waste your your kid on her, but I'm not. His partner, even though he saw what he saw, he still tried to render aid.
Because the partner was the friendly one with to her the whole time.
Because he understood that his camera was on at all times, and he's like, "This is
my protocol."
Exactly,
right. It's my protocol, and it ain't me.
I'm not going down with him.
Correct.
Because he probably knew this dude came from some other places too, and he got a good record.
Let's get into that.
I need a CYA.
That's right.
Let's get into that.
There you go, Morgan. Go ahead.
Okay, so what I was looking at, and so he had been a part of 5 other police departments, deputy departments, sheriff departments, resigned, other, and then this one says terminated for case. Why was he even allowed to be an officer anywhere else? If he had resigned so many times, or if it says other, because other means he didn't resign clearly, because if he resigned they would have said, he resigned. So something else must have happened other than just a letter of resignation.
We'll let you go and keep your dignity, but you'll never work here again.
And why if it just says resigned, why didn't these leaders look into that?
But then, even like your dad said, we'll let you go and keep your dignity. My thing is, okay, well, then I fought that police station, because you already know what this person is about. You already know what the people that are calling that y'all are supposed to be serving is going to get when this particular person come to the scene.
Absolutely. And y'all know what y'all was doing. Y'all hid it because they didn't want their whole police precinct to be under investigation.
Right. That's it.
And one thing we glean over, she called them. She called 911. So when someone calls 911 and say, I think it's an intruder here, somebody's been in my house or whatever like that, he's not going over there. They shouldn't be going over there looking at her as a threat.
Why were they asking her for ID?
Why are you asking her for ID?
Because she hesitated to give her last name. So at this point, that means I'm just telling you.
No. I'm in agreement with. Yeah, that's a possible reason.
So now
right?
Because
now he's like, okay, well then just give me your ID to make it much easier. His tone the entire time irked me. His whole tone, because I probably would have just asked them for them just to leave.
And I getting the ID is different when you're doing a police report saying I came out here, I looked around, I saw this. You don't want to misspell her name.
Right.
Asking for the ID is not odd, in my opinion.
No, that wasn't odd.
If I got to write a report, I don't know if you spell it SONIA, SONYA, Massey with one S, one.
Or she could have just spelled
and I'm
it.
verified. But he's also verifying that is who she is.
But at that point, he didn't ask. The only reason he asked for her ID, because he could have just said that, chopped it up at first, and didn't ask her name. He could have just said, give me your ID so I can take down your information. He asked her, what is your last name? That was the first question he asked her when he started to try to identify her. She would not answer.
Yeah, she paused.
So then he asked for the ID.
The reason why she paused is because she was like, this is an odd question.
Why are you asking me that?
Because I called the police because I thought someone was breaking into my home. Now you're in my living room asking me for my ID. She does not, by law, have any reason to present her ID. And they have no probable cause to ask her for her ID.
Well, if they got to do a write-up, I feel like
nope.
That I ain't saying that he has to get an ID. But as far as the write-up, what you're going to say, you went to an unidentified woman's house and did blah, 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 blah.
They would refer to her as the unknown caller or the individual who called. They will give a moniker to the person. She doesn't have to positively identify herself because she
that probably was her pause then.
Exactly, because she is not a suspect. She's not a suspect.
Right. I agree that she didn't have to give it to him.
But once he asked.
But I can see why a person would have asked for it. That's what I'm saying.
I agree with you.
Yeah, I don't think that was as odd. But again, she could have said, no.
But I feel like it was odd.
This is over. Y'all can leave.
But I feel like what was odd to me, and of course I'm not saying this to the point of the events that happened, but what was odd to me is when he asked her her last name, and then did he ask her to spell it?
No.
No.
No, he asked for a last name, and she paused and was like, "Well, you shouldn't have to pause for your last name."
Right. Now, as a police officer, I probably would have thought that would have been my train of thought too. Like, you don't know your last name?
She's startled because
Yes.
she's like,
But
these huge men are in my home asking me questions, and you know our history with the police.
Right.
So, and then you notice when the other one said, "Ma'am, you're not in any trouble."
Right.
Then she responded with her last name.
Yeah, Massey.
Right.
Yeah.
And the reason why I say that because I was asked for my ID when I was just taking out the trash from my home. I walked out of my apartment, went back in my apartment, and then I got a knock on my door, and I'm being told I need to present my ID. No, for what? You need to step outside. Why?
Right.
Well, we had a call of break-ins around here, and my daughter is standing right next to me.
Okay.
So I'm breaking in houses with my daughter, and I got on no shoes. And
I got one better than that. When we was in high school, I never forget. No, actually, we weren't in high school. We were married because we was living
the
off of
lodge,
the other one, Crystal Valley.
The townhouses.
The townhouses. We were living over there, and my auntie had came in town from out of town, and I went and got some gas. This is when we first started being able to pay at the pump, and I paid for my gas, and I left. I did not get a receipt. I left. Go to my mom's house, and a police officer comes to my mom's house and pick me up, take me back to the gas station because the person there told them I rode in the back of the police car, told them that I stole the gas.
Wow.
And I was like, I didn't. And when he came, it was a nice guy. He was white. But he was a real nice guy. And he was like, I was like, can I just drive my own car? I know what a gas station is. I can go follow you. And he said, no, I'm sorry. It's been a accusation or whatever.
Right.
So I have to put you in the police car. And I was like, okay, this is kind of weird. So anyway, we go, my aunt and my mama follows me. And the cashier was like, at the counter eating collard greens and freaking barbecue. And saying, yeah, that's the person she stole the gas. I said, no, I did not steal the gas. I said, I can pull up my bank statement right now. The charge has already come out of my the charge has already came out of my dang on account. Right. I can pull up my gas. I said, if you weren't so busy trying to feed your face, you would have seen that I paid for my gas.
Right.
And so the officer, he apologized and everything, but I'm just saying, accusation on a person, especially a person of color, it can be fatal. Right. It can be absolutely fatal.
A good cop would have asked to see, is there no way you could pull up your registry for your card? Maybe you saw an entry in there or something like that.
Right. And then
before taking you all the way back.
All the way back.
I mean, that was crazy.
And I'm sitting here like, and when he seen the thing, he was very apologetic or whatever the case may be. But that was just really terrible. That was the first time and the last time I've ever been in the back of a police car. I'm like, what the heck is going on?
Yeah,
you know what I think? Why this man asked for this lady's ID?
Why, baby?
Because he knew that he was going to kill her. We had already established that. Now I'm trying to dig up anything. Do she got warrants? Does she have known drug use? Does she have known deadly weapons? Domestic violence? Like we were talking about that earlier. Like, does she have any priors? What is it for? If it's for anything violent, so I can kind of get away with this. If she had any warrants, I can say she resisted this, that, and the third.
Right.
That she ain't credible. She's
she's
not a credible dead
I'm
person.
not saying that. I mean, I understand why he asked for her ID. Like you're hesitating on your last name. You should have asked for her ID in the first place.
Yeah, although it was a logical question, she didn't have to give it to him.
Right, but the thing that confuses me is when dispatch gets that call and they send them to that address, they would already have the name on the address.
Yep.
Then also, if he has the name on the address, then he can also run wants and warrants right there from his police car because they have the computer there.
Correct.
Mm-hmm.
So you would just being an evil person.
Buying time.
He was creating a escalated situation to justify him doing what he did.
And it still wasn't escalated.
Yeah, because when he got there and found out there was no nigga for him to shoot because it's supposed to be a break-in, he's like, God dog it, there's no nigga for him to shoot. You know what? I'm going to shoot you because you called me out here and I ain't got nobody to kill. So it's your time, baby. That's why that woman said, don't hurt me.
Yeah, she knew it
She
was
felt
coming.
that demon because when he showed up,
Right.
that demon was there in him. That's why she said, "Don't hurt me." She saw it.
That's crazy, man.
Mm-hmm.
That's
crazy.
literally insane.
The cover up was foiled by the partner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
he's the real MVP.
He's the real MVP for real. He had his cam on and he recorded all of it.
And that right there shows us not all white people are bad. Not all white cops are bad.
They're not.
Correct.
Absolutely.
That
They're
young
not.
man did everything by the book, by procedure. He did everything he was supposed to do, even tried to render aid, even though he probably knew there's no way to save this woman. He still tried to render aid.
Right.
He called for EMT. He kept his doggone camera on at all times because you know there was a gap. When they asked her at the door, "Is there anything else we help you with?" She said, "No." "You sure?" "Yes." "Are you having a mental health issue?" His partner thought that this is the end of this. He turned the camera off. Next thing you know, the camera's on and they're inside.
Mm-hmm.
So now they're inside. His partner's like, "Let me turn this thing back on," because he's asking this woman for ID. The partner never asked. The big strapping coward asked for all that stuff.
Right.
That's why he was like, "I'm keeping this on at all times," because he knew it was coming.
So my question for everyone out there is, if you're still with the person that called, why would you ever turn your vest off, your camera off? Even if it's de-escalated,
right?
Even if everything seems to be going well, I'm still with this person. She can say, "Ooh, the cop sexually harassed me," and I don't have a way to disprove it because I wasn't recorded. She could have said anything. But so why turn your camera off at any time? Because are you saying that the database at the police office did not have enough terabytes to record your vest cam? Like you're out of storage space or something like that. Like I gotta save space by turning my camera off. But what kind of foolishness is that?
No,
Big man never turned his on.
Right.
He never turned his on because the individual under investigation, which was him, they would have pulled his body cam footage,
right?
Which they did not because there was not he never turned his on.
Right.
So they had to use his partner's body cam footage because his was always on.
Right.
So he never looked back to notice that because there's a green light on the body cams. No, it's a red light. It's a red or green light.
Red.
But he never looked back to see that his partner's camera on. He just thought his partner had his back and never turned his on either.
Yeah, because had his camera been on, they would have been able to. They would have been able to see a little bit over the counter to see if she was doing something or something like that. Because the other guy was too far away for that shot.
Right.
Yep.
His camera would have told even more of the untold story, of that. And he didn't want that either. And just. Guys, he did what he said he was going to do.
Like that's
hold that. Hey, Bit Joe, what's up? Thank you for tuning in.
Hey.
You probably see by the title that we are talking about the Massey shooting. So please chime in. And then we have Jasmine Jordan. She said, then tried to say the water came towards their feet as if she threw the water. However, of course, the water came to their feet. She spilled it once she was shot. Exactly.
Absolutely.
And that's exactly what we were saying. Thank y'all for tuning in.
Hey, what's up, Jazz?
Absolutely. Because he didn't even just say the water came to their feet. He said the water is already at our feet. The word already meaning before I shot her.
Yeah, and he said breached our feet. Like, come on. And I want to also say what's up to Ray Sims. What's up, Raymond? Also, Jasmine, Vet, Owens, and T Flower. Man, T Flow, what's up, man? That's a big channel. Yeah.
Hey, y'all. I can't see y'all on my phone. So, hey, what's up? What's up?
Man.
So, yeah. So, and then please start, because we've been on here since 8 talking about this, because Marlon came in and made an individual video of what's going on and his thoughts behind it. And then he's still aggravated, as we all are, about the situation, and he just wanted to do a little bit more detail on it as well. So we would love to hear your comments and your thoughts.
All right, now let's switch this a little bit, because Bernard and myself and Morgan were talking about this. I was about to be a police officer. I went and did the obstacle course. I did all that. I ran my mile. I jumped over the things. I did everything. And I took my polygraph. I did everything. They offered me the job, but I took a job at Toyota.
I remember.
Mm-hmm.
And preventive methods. Why can't you ask cops probing questions with the polygraph to say, are you scared of black people? Do you think black people are intrinsically violent? Do you think that you're better than black people? Do you think that black people are you more scared of black people than any other race? Ask probing questions about a wide variety of things. And if that hand starts going crazy, you know what you got. And I understand a lot of people don't want to use those. You can be emotional. I'm sorry. If you're telling the truth, the polygraph will say so.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why.
I feel. Oh, go ahead.
Because if they do, they're gonna have to doggone eliminate a whole lot of people that they can't hire.
And they need to.
That's right.
And they need to.
Right. But therefore, now who's going to be patrolling? So you got the lesser of two. You got these evil folks out here, but then the thing is like I'd rather have them out here than have nobody out here. So now that's what they have to deal with. They figure, well, let's hope it don't be a situation, but we got to hire somebody. So let's hire this nut job.
But see, my thing is with that is that, I mean, once you shoot and kill somebody, that person don't get
it's too late.
Yeah. There's no redo. Now I can mess up at my job and we can kind of correct it.
Mm-hmm.
You mess up at your job and that's it.
Right.
So my thing is, I don't care about the bull crap. I don't care about it at all. Right. You need, like Marlon said, they need to thoroughly vet these people to the possible security level that they possibly can, because we have situations like this and we are at the other barrel of that gun all the time.
That's right. You know, and the thing is too, it's like the vetting processes that we go through, like in the military or federal law enforcement or government, is so much to the point that whereas those type of people are weeded out because they look at your background, then the people who know you, the people who you're related to, they look at their background, and then they'll look at even like your mom's friends. They'll look at your children's friends. They will scrutinize you to the nth degree to see, and then they'll look at your financials. They'll look at so much, but they don't do that for police officers because they did that for my son, who's just going to be pretty much sit behind the desk and work on a computer for the Navy.
Right. So it's just that, like you said, Bernard, they have a shortage of police officers. I mean, and you know that's going to be an issue. So you got to hire somebody.
But you don't have a shortage of...
It was a point that when I was at a car dealership, they stopped checking for marijuana because they were weeding out all the, no pun intended, weeding out all the good salespeople because they couldn't pass the weed background check. Right. So at that point, instead of not having any salespeople, you just said, we'll allow this particular drug because we need workers. Okay, and that could have proved fatal. You behind the wheel of a car on the lot, kill somebody or something like that. But it's because they have a lack of people signing up to be a cop.
But then he said the military, we don't have no lack of military. We don't have a lack of military.
They get paid there, but the benefits are different.
No, yes, we do.
Well,
they talking about reinitiating the draft, so
because we do have a short.
Okay, so okay, whatever.
I'm gonna say thank you to Big Joe who put that link in the comments, because it's a link, if you guys want to go click on it, to a video where it's zoomed in that actually shows that she had never even picked up the pot of water. There were oven mittens in her hand and the pot was still on the stove. So you couldn't have said, put the pot down. She charged at me with the pot because the pot was never picked up.
But he was like your dad said, she was doing that for the neighbors.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
That we know what actually happened.
Absolutely. He's a liar.
But he was doing that because he thought nobody was on. So when they had them witnesses come to that courtroom, they can only say what they heard.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I'm going to say this and it's going. I really think that some people from the other side, non-democratic people, are going to do how they did George Floyd and go find dirt like George Floyd was on fentanyl and all this stuff, and just to get out of the fact that he was murdered by a police officer, the person that is supposed to protect and serve.
The character assassination will begin.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
For the what's called with the blue, what they call it?
Back
the blue.
Yeah, back the blue people are gonna
Blue
say
lives matter.
and this is gonna really upset me.
Okay.
They're gonna say, well, why didn't she put down the pot?
Villainize the victim.
They're gonna villainize say everything. She would be alive if she didn't if she had to put down the pot. If she followed directions like good old fashioned law abiding citizens do, then she would be alive. And I say
A bullshit?
to that right there. That is
all the way.
Ain't no way.
And
ain't no way.
And Jasmine said he created a narrative because he wanted to shoot her.
Yep.
Absolutely, Jasmine.
Absolutely, you're right.
And Ralph said, hey, what's up, Ralph? He said the officer was 15 feet away, ... And he felt threatened for his life, ?
Mm-hmm.
But big time BS. Absolutely.
Big time BS, bro.
Big time.
I mean, like, how far she thinks she could have thrown it? But when the camera's going to show she didn't even have the pot at the time. I mean, or she did have it and put it down on the floor. And maybe when she was shot to death, she knocked over the pot of water on the floor. Man, I just... And he was fine.
Yeah.
He asked the other cop, are you okay? Like, he was cool.
Yeah, like it didn't bother him. Like, are you okay? That's the thing that was cold. You got my back.
Yeah, what else could we do? What else could we do, man? Like, a lot of things. You had a woman that was no threat to you, a black woman. You're 6'3", 6'4", 6, huge guy with a weapon, probably had a vest on and everything, felt threatened by this woman, by what she said, and picked your gun up and shot her in cold blood. Now, what I think, in addition to polygraphing existing cops, as well as cops that are, trying to recruits, they have to do something else in addition to that. Like Bernard said, they need to do military style, whatever code, oranges and reds and all the kind of things that you can do to vet these people out, because they're there. You know what they're about. You know where they're from. There are people in the city who knew about them, and the background check is just not enough for the people that's going to be on the front line. You put a gun in their hand. You give them an authority complex. Now they are big and bad, 10 feet tall and bulletproof because they have a gun and you have to do what they say. It's an authority complex.
Exactly.
Yeah. Ralph said, you guys got to remember now, when Obama was the president, we had all them black folks getting killed by cops and random white people. Y'all ready for more? Ralph?
Man, look here.
He just irritated me real bad. And I'm going to try to hold back on this one.
Well,
I don't even want to comment.
Well, I'm not. Well, let me tell you something, bro. I'm ready for the bullshit. Trust me. I'm ready for it.
We got to bring Obama up. Why?
And no, I ain't even bringing up Obama. I'm talking about for what follows.
Well, what he's trying to say is, we ready. They go back to when he
my bad,
was
Ralph.
president, and then they can say,
I was thinking like you, Dad.
I misheard it, Ralph. Yes, it's gonna be open if the Republicans win. It'll be open season again, right?
Or even if they lose.
Right. Or if they lose, they've already said it's
they
going to be a civil war.
They already doing the bird call, the whistle call for civil war.
I would say it don't matter.
All I'm saying is this man was a psychopathic killer, and he's just like Ted Bundy and the rest of them. If he's killed anybody else, he's a serial killer, and he needs to be locked up.
Right.
That's what they need to look into.
That's
those previous employments where he came from. They need to look at his record from there and see, has this happened before, and investigate that and tie all of that into it.
And that's what we were talking about earlier. I believe they need to make the biggest examples out of not only these racist shooters, but the police force, everyone who had knowledge of this, everyone who was negligent, either in the profiling, the recruitment,
the hiring,
passing them along, the hiring for the people
everybody feel it.
Who you knew he was a piece of trash when he was on your precinct, but you allowed him to resign, not fire him. Allow him to resign to go somewhere else and gain employment at another police place, so he could do the exact same thing that he did when he was at yours. I think it should be such a mass firing and incarceration,
Right.
as accomplices
Yeah.
to these deaths.
Absolutely.
And you know what? The funny thing is, when you said that, I just thought of something. Back when I was stationed in Korea, and we was getting this kid before he got there. Our chain of command got a phone call saying, "Hey, y'all got this kid coming. His last name is Rasmussen. He's a racist." They called ahead and told us that
Yeah.
he's coming and he is a racist. And guess what they did?
What?
They put him in my room. And I tolerated that joker as long as I could until one day I couldn't tolerate him no more. And I tried to wear him out. It took everybody in my doggone team to keep me from killing him.
Mm.
So, yeah, you're right. They should do that because that's what we do. If we have a problem soldier and he's going to another duty station, we know where they're going.
Right.
So they call ahead and say, "Hey, this guy's coming. He's your problem now."
Watch him.
Exactly. You're going to have to deal with him.
Yeah.
Right. And I think that the accountability has to go all the way back there.
Absolutely. To the first one.
All the way back there. Jasmine said, then on top of that, yeah, go ahead, babe. I can't see.
Then on top of that, let's say he did feel threatened from being 15 feet away. He still should not have made a headshot. The training at that point, I feel, went out the window. There's no way that judgment call was within protocol. Okay, I'm done. I'm getting upset again.
Literally.
I'm upset too, Jad.
Yeah, we all are. And we all should be.
So I do have a question for Ralph because Ralph is bringing up some stuff, and we're not going to ignore what you're saying because it's my term, my truth.
Right.
So we are going to bring up everybody's comments.
I think he said our signal was breaking up. Let me see what's going on here.
If anybody else can let us know if our signal is breaking up, maybe Miss Jasmine.
Are we good?
Please.
Yeah, let us know if we're good with the signal. I know it's raining out here, some inclement weather.
Y'all, we live in the boonies, so when the wind blow hard, it messes
no
up.
Power.
Yeah, I'm just all about tracing it to the source, and everybody be held accountable. Absolutely. Everybody who missed them, who turned a blind eye, old partners. There should be, every old partner when he was resigned.
Jasmine said it's good.
When he resigned,
thanks, Jasmine.
Old partners, everyone should be interviewed, and it should be part of his record.
Yeah.
I mean, and he shouldn't be allowed. If those other guys knew he was an issue, he should have never been allowed to work at another police station.
Absolutely. And I want to say calling ahead to another police station is not enough. No, you should have called the authorities or somebody else or let someone else know, because calling ahead just means, he shouldn't work with you. But we still know that he did it though. Right. But he shouldn't work with you. We're not going to arrest him. But just to let y'all know, that's not enough.
Right. And Ralph said,
go ahead, babe.
That's why mainstream news is done on purpose to trigger your negative emotions. In this case, I didn't see this on mainstream news. I saw it, a personal person posted it on their thread. So I saw it. But yes, we know that propaganda on both sides is real. Right. They spin a narrative and they weave it carefully like the best spider you can never find. I understand that. I understand. And I think, I don't want to say you're preaching to the choir, but you're preaching to the choir on this one. We understand that. I mean, and we know that some things that we see are put out on purpose to invoke certain feelings and emotions and violence. I have not seen a report from Fox News on this. Can you believe it? When I looked earlier,
really?
I saw the New York Times, I saw CNN, I saw CNBC, and they may have by now. I saw NBC. I saw a lot of these places, a lot of different people that were covering this, and I saw no report from Fox News.
Well,
because they will likely breathe over this and not cover it because it does not fit their narrative. It doesn't play into their narrative.
Absolutely.
And
I want to say this because my thing is, this is a situation where we should be upset. This is a person that
justifiably,
her life is not propaganda. This is a person that is no longer breathing amongst the living.
Mm-hmm.
This is a person that mother and father and sister and brother and cousin and friend and coworker will no longer be able to share in their life again because someone wants to go over there and do whatever it is, whatever that mission of his was. This is so justifiably upsetting.
And
right?
Because if it happens to mine,
We don't even just don't say it.
it will be worse
say
than
it.
that.
Yeah.
It will be worse than that.
And I wanted to say, not to say that I don't care about propaganda, and I understand what you're saying 100%, but in this situation, I don't care about the propaganda. You want to know why? Because propaganda or not, there's a video. There's a video that we can see. There's no one telling us how we should feel about this video.
Right.
It's not wrong or right or this or that or CNN's posting this part of the video and this part of the video. The video is what the video is, and that's not propaganda. That is actual evidence.
And it's good versus evil.
Evidence.
Point blank, period.
And going back, I don't know if you covered the Obama administration as well as you think you do or people have. I know Obama tried to make reform, legislative reform to stop a lot of this right here.
Mm-hmm.
You got to understand, you can't do everything that you want to do unless you have a complete filibuster in Congress and able to move through the Senate and Congress and the House of Representatives to get things passed. Trump they had more seats. A lot of times you have more seats, you can do more things. When you lose the majority in Congress, bills don't get passed
And what did
in your
Boehner say?
favor.
What did Boehner say when he was elected? We will block everything that he tries to pass.
Right. And we wonder why he wasn't able to get a lot of things done. But guess what he got done? Obamacare. There's a lot of people that didn't have health care that now they do.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people have affordable health care. He got something major done. I mean, a major thing done. How many major things have other people gotten done? You know, Trump said he was going to change Obamacare and strip it and do this. Guess what he did to it? Nothing, because it works. And
he just wanted to put his name on
it.
That's all.
Right. He wanted, and he couldn't do it.
Oh, he said he was going to build the border wall.
Yeah, and did it get done? No. And do we say, oh, but Trump didn't get the wall done, so he didn't do anything? Like, come on, man. Understand how Congress works and how laws get passed and how bills get through.
Exactly.
Amen.
And we love to look at the black man and say he didn't get enough done for us. He got a lot done for us with a whole party saying I'm gonna block everything that he does.
Absolutely.
And with a whole presidential constitution system that was ran 230 something years before him. I mean, he ain't gonna be able to redo all that.
Right. Every single wrong.
We want him to be a miracle worker.
Like,
but we off that. So,
but that's what is expected of us.
That's right. That's right.
As black people, we are expected to do twice as much.
Right. Right. He's paid.
Okay.
Pull a cape out. What's that?
You guys got to quit making excuses for Negroes in high places. They have no power to do anything but to get along and go along. They have no power to outright legislate bills that directly helps black people.
If you have no power, then how you hold it against them? And when we say we have to stop making excuses for these Negroes in high places, we make excuses for Negroes on podcasts
in low places,
and we make excuses for Negroes at work, at school, your children, everybody's sisters and brothers and people who you know tripping and doing stuff like that,
ones breaking the law,
and everything like that. I'm just saying, bro, get your stuff together. If you want to be anti-Obama, I ain't mad. If you want to be anti-Negroes in power, I ain't mad at you. I'm just tired of hearing about it at this point.
You want to know what?
So he said we have to put money together in the lobby, a candidate for support, and force them to do what we want them to do. If it wasn't for the churches, all of this would have been done a long time ago.
That's his turn. He's telling his truth.
I want to say that we make excuses for everybody we want to make excuses for.
Right.
Not just Negroes in high places, because y'all make a lot of excuses for Donald Trump. He is a 34-time convicted felon that was allowed to be in the highest position in America. Let's talk about those excuses.
What about them excuses for him? But either way, we're not talking about Donald Trump and that. We're talking about, things that can help.
Sonya
Massey. So I think we're about good and talked out. We'll have more later.
Absolutely.
We'll definitely have more later. You can go back and watch the show. And if you go back
I got to say,
and watch the
Jasmine.
show.
Jasmine said straight criminal. You're right.
Yeah, right.
I want to go back to something real quick.
Go ahead.
I just thought about that.
Ralph said laugh out loud. Donald Trump is really a Negro.
No, he ain't.
We don't claim him.
No, he
we
ain't.
don't claim him.
Martin,
No, he's
can you
not.
imagine this? Because did you know that in 05, I went out for the police force too?
Mm-mm.
Can you imagine me and your husband on police force together? That almost
Oh
happened.
my goodness, no,
Man,
no.
oh man.
Guys, I mean, again,
That's funny. Now Ralph being funny. Now you got to give that to him.
He's
He said,
hilarious.
convicted felon. He fires off at the mouth, and he's cocky.
That's I don't know what.
I don't know what.
yeah.
Yeah.
Hey,
That is the truth.
But we still don't claim him. Okay.
Yeah.
And he is a person of color too.
Orange.
Exactly.
But again,
Stop. Okay.
all right, guys. But
Okay, we just pulled it around.
for all the people
We
who
pulled it
missed this
around.
live and jumping in at the end, please go back and watch it. It'll be on my timeline.
Absolutely.
It'll be on My
YouTube.
Turn, My Truth podcast page. It'll be on YouTube on My Turn, My Truth podcast. It'll be on Marlon Rice's personal Facebook page. Watch it. Make comments even after the live is over. That we can do a round 2 of this, so I can get some of your feedback in and some of your questions and some of those things. I want to know what you think. I really want to know what you think.
So we can talk about it on Monday because that's our
podcast.
regular time. And I thank everybody for tuning in because this was impromptu. We just got emotional and got
Absolutely.
upset, rightfully so, about the situation. And we want to just, have everybody give everybody an outlet to like voice their concerns and their thoughts and their prayers for the family.
Right. And I see Pierre Taylor is on. If you're on and you know some other people that need to hear this, need to hear candid conversation about what's going on, please talk to a friend. Everyone who's been on the show, Jasmine, everybody that's been on, let a person know, look, go to this podcast, send a link, share the link, and allow, because you can come on the show. People understand, like Bernard did today, you can come on the show and you could actually be a guest on the show. We'd vet everything a little bit, make sure you're straight. But you can be on the show, or you can call in live per the hotline. You can call in. The number is on the screen. But we'll definitely do this again. Our normal show is Mondays at 8:30 p.m. Every single Monday at 8:30 p.m. on My Turn, My Truth podcast page and my personal page as well, and on YouTube page at My Turn, My Truth podcast. So we've talked about it enough, but right now, y'all have a wonderful rest of your night. Start thinking about what reform can be made to the police force to make us safer from them. Not just safer from them.
Sad.
And weed out some of these bad eggs, because they're not all bad, but there's some, one bad apple spoils the bunch.
Yeah.
Right.
Absolutely.
All right.
All right.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Good night, y'all.
Stay safe.